बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनीति पावने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Okay, any Mataji would like to recite the words?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Bhagavad-gītā 2.58 Yada samharate chayam kurmun ganiva sarvashah indriyani indriyarthebhyas tasya prajna pratishthitam. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. One who is able to withdraw his senses from sense objects as the tortoise draws its limbs within the shell, is firmly fixed in perfect consciousness. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. So, we are seeing that in this series, the theme that we are following right now is that how to control your senses, right? So, there are many verses, out of which this one verse compares and gives a formula to us that how should we, in which way we should act that we can control our senses. And very beautifully, Srila Prabhupada in his purport writes that a self-realized person, or in a way a person who is in the path of devotion, or a person who wants to achieve Krishna in this very life, how he should act. So he says a self-realized person should first try to control his senses, and he should have a plan. So before trying to control your senses, to control your senses, we should have a plan. But what's the plan? That's a big question. That do we have a plan in place? Are we thinking that okay, this is the blueprint that I need to follow in my life, so that down the lane I can follow these steps and I can promote myself on the steps of devotion, right? So the first things that we have to do is, as beautifully Rupa Goswami Pad talks in Nectar of Instruction, that Atyahar prayascha prajalpo niyama agraha janashangascha lolyascha shadbhir bhakti vinashyati. So what is the plan that we have to follow, control our senses? First thing is, by all our senses, we have to ensure that we do not see what should not be seen, we do not hear what should not be heard, we do not eat what should not be eat, and we should not go by our legs where we should not go. So when slowly and steadily we start controlling our senses oneself, then we will have a blueprint altogether in our life. Okay, this is the path where we have to follow, and removing everything, eradicating everything else from our life, because this is not so easy. Because Goswamiji says, Ati prachanda raghupati kaye maya jehina moha asako jag jaya. This maya is so strong. Mam maya prapadyate, right? Mame prapadante. This my maya is so strong that until and unless you surrender me, maya, you cannot step off maya, Krishna says. So first of all, we should have a plan in our life. right? Just I think couple of days back, very our dear devotee of Gita Gyan, I think he got some post from somewhere about Ekadashi. So he posted that someone, I didn't go through completely, but it was talking about the Nobel Prize. So it's an old thing that someone in the West won a Nobel Prize uh, when he showed the world that you should fast, and that is what is done in Sanatan Dharma, that they follow a tradition of Ekadashi, because this is scientifically proved. It's fine, that's absolutely true. But it's not only about a post that you saw, you posted, and people, those who there saw, or else people ignored. So I told Prabhuji, when we talk of big philosophies, right? We talk about this, that, Kunti Devi, give me the grief in life, this, that, so many things we talk. But when it comes when the time comes for implementation, especially with regards to that post, I said, Prabhuji, when time comes for implementation, we talk about Ekadashi pizza, right? So lavishing. We talk about Ekadashi is not fasting, it's feasting. So where is the philosophy of Nirjala Ekadashi then? We say, oh, Prabhuji, it is beyond our standards. So everything, when time comes of austerity, as our Goswamiji says, Dheeraj Dharma Mitra Arunari Apad Kal Parakahi Chari. That when, in what state you are, it is only witnessed when the right time comes. It's not that. That's why I always say devotion is not something which can be shown in public. Devotion is something which can be proved in oneself, in your own identity. Because between you and Krishna, who are we to interfere? And there is no one else. And this we have to understand. That's why devotional life is a very, very, very personal life. And you carry on a path according to your faith, your belief, your love towards Krishna. That's why we see so many people attending Mangalarti, so many people coming to classes, so many people attending temples every day. But everyone's life is different. Even the people are coming, they have their life is like a cry. Why? Because the inside faith, the inside love, which is there, and what sort of it is there, they only know, is different, is varies from person to person. That's why first, see, this is a pre-work. This is not devotion. To attain devotion, this is a pre-work. This is a homework that we are doing. And this is a pre-qualified state. That's why in that Ashtang Yoga also, if you see, Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. Samadhi is a state where the actual devotion starts. That means that in 8th step, so before you enter the 8th room, you need to get qualified in the 7 rooms. And that's the 7 steps. Then we will be eligible for that 8th room. So if you see, Srila Prabhupada says that first we have to get qualified by controlling our senses. But we, we start, our mouth starts watering as soon as we see a chili pakoda on a Sunday feast. And then all philosophies are gone, right? So Srila Prabhupada says, but contradictingly, you see the entire world, 99.99% people are the slaves of their own senses. Then where are we talking about achieving Krishna? That's why the senses which we have, their default behavior is they tend to free themselves. It's their default behavior, no doubt. It wants to go out of you. It wants to act according to its own way. And that's the normal behavior. There's nothing new, and we need not to worry about that. That's why Krishna tells, Yato Yato Manashra Chanchalam Stiram Tatastato niyamaya tadatmanyem vasham nayet. Wherever the senses go, wherever your mind goes, you don't have to bother about this. That, oh, it's going here, it's going London, it's going America, it's going United Kingdom, this, that. No, let it go. But your work is, when it goes, and then catch it. Tatastato niyamaye. In a very disciplined way, in a very systematic way, in a very consistent way, catch it and pull it back and tell that you have to do this. You have to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You have to tell your mind again and again, again and again. That's why Krishna says, Vairagyen and Abhyasen. With consistent practice, this will come into our life, not so easily. So in this purport, Srila Prabhupada gives a very beautiful example that how should we do this? So he takes an example of a tortoise. So if you see a tortoise, it is so beautifully designed in his mental speculation that as soon as he sees that the situation, the atmosphere, the things around me are not favorable, it pulls its own limbs. You see, the best example that I see, I always think, is of a rat. You see anywhere, whether it is in your house or whether you see in railway stations, you see the rats will come out of their holes and pick that the piece of a chapati that is falling here and there or whatever it is. They will take it and again quickly they will run in their holes. They will not sit behind saying that, oh, so many people, hello, hi, good morning, Hare Krishna, how are you? They will not do anything. They don't care. They just want that piece of eatable in their hands and they run into their holes. And that is what exactly we have to do. That is what Rupa Goswami Pad is saying, Janashangascha lolyascha shadbhir bhakti vinashyati. We should not associate, we should not eat, we should not mingle with people around, whoever it is. And remember, do not go on the outer beauty or outer clothes. By seeing someone, oh, he seems to be wearing dhoti kurta, then I can have association with him. No. Until and unless you know the inner belief, inner faith, inner position of that person, do not associate much. Just yes, hi, hello, chodo, Hare Krishna bolo. That is what. So that is what we have to understand, that whenever time is favorable, just stay within yourself. And I always say that in the spiritual world, if we are feeling lonely when we are alone, physically when we are alone, for example, your husband, your wife, your children are out for a vacation and you are left due to some office work or whatever it is, you are not healthy, whatever it is. And in those 7 days, 10 days, if you feel lonely, believe me, you have not tasted the nectar of devotion, the nectar of love, the nectar of the name of Krishna and Srimati Radharani, we have not tasted yet. And it's really far if we really we feel bored, and or we just to pass our time, we keep on chatting this Facebook, Instagram. And why are we having so many accounts on Instagram, on Facebook, or this, that? That means we are still immatured on the process of devotional life. Maybe it's a bit hard to hear, but that's a fact. Because why do you need to post your face in Instagram? Why do you need to update your status here and there that I went there? What Anand Rupa Prabhuji is doing, I want to see. Why the hell I want to see? And why the hell I need to know about him? And why the hell I want to tell about myself that I'm doing this? But this is what, in the name of devotion nowadays, especially now, in the world of social media, people, those who have extra money, instead of spending behind Krishna, they are spending behind cameras, making videos, editing, and insulting people. That's why I just forgot a point, that as Rupa Goswami Pad says, Janashangascha lolyascha, that one thing is correct, that we will not associate with such people. But that doesn't give a guarantee or a license to me that I have to tell ill about that person. Whatever that person is doing, why should I be bothered? And all these things, believe me, comes in our life because our devotion is not so concrete. Because just think, if I have a girlfriend and I have that craziness for her, everything, even when my mother gives me my favorite food, even that I don't want, I don't like, because I lost my heart, not in Vrindavan, but to my girlfriend, because of which I don't want my favorite food even. So that intensity of love, maybe this example is very material, obviously material, but take this example in the spiritual world. And that's what in Bhagavatam it is said, Krishna Darshana Lalasa. That's why when Uddhav went to gopis with his all so-called knowledge, all so-called knowledge got devastated, like anything, got flooded away when he saw the devotion of gopis. So that's why when Srila Prabhupada is talking about this tortoise example, we have to be very concrete. We have to be very focused. That's why in Bhagavatam it is said, Tasmad manasa ekena satvatam patihi. With one pointed concentration, our devotion should be. But okay, when sometimes happens, sometimes not happens. Sunday, ho ha, we do, and then Monday to Saturday, God knows what we are doing. So until and unless we act like tortoise, that's what Srila Prabhupada is giving a very beautiful formula to us, that be like a tortoise. And I know whether you have physically, practically, if you have seen a tortoise or you have hold it on in your hands, you see, because I have done that in my childhood days. You play with it for around 1 hour. You will see for 1 hour it will not bring out its limbs. Whatever the duration is, at the end, you will get fed up. Oh, nothing is there. It's not coming out. Leave it. Throw it in the water or leave it in the jungles. So likewise, when you will not respond to the provokings of this material world around you, 10 days, 1 year, 10 years, then slowly and steadily, all people will eventually leave your life. That's saying that this lady is useless. This Prabhuji is, don't talk with her, useless. And believe me, that is your winning moment. When people don't want to talk to you, when you want to stay alone in the love of that Krishna Bhavanamrit and Krishna Nam, then actual devotion starts erupting inside you. But we want always camera. That is our problem. We don't want devotion. We want camera. We want people to know us. We want that we should be in focus. Believe me, that's why I always say when we do yatra, I don't know with what senses we do. Think, we don't have to go also. Think mentally. Think about Puri, okay? Think about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu if you have ever visited, if you have ever seen. Think about that Gambhira, okay? And if you have ever seen it, just try to remember the physical size of that Gambhira. And have we ever thought, why did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chose to stay in such a small room where nothing is there? I see people going, chanting one round and then, okay, take a tata, bye bye, God. Have we ever thought why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a loneliness life? Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when read Bhagavatam, only couple of people, either Ramananda Rai and Sarvam Bhattacharya used to be there, and Gadadhar Pandit used to read Srimad Bhagavatam, and Mahaprabhu used to relish it. Why is that entire atmosphere set up? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also he could have done, right, sitting on the seashore, sitting in some forest, where many people coming and going and this and that happening. Many kirtanyas are going on. Many people are coming, going, visiting. All these things would have done. But why did he choose that loneliness place? Because in the on the path of love, again the same example. When I am sitting with my girlfriend, believe me, I don't want any third party, whoever it is, I don't care. I don't want any person to be in that room, to be in that field, to be in that park, or wherever it is, under the lamppost or wherever we are sitting. I don't want anyone to be. And that's the same thing in spiritual world. But the problem is our relation with Krishna, our relation with yeah, sorry. So our problem is that our connection with Krishna, our establishment of that love with Krishna has not, we are not up to that point yet. That's why we always get here and there with so many things, management, this, that, our devotion is gone. So that's why Srila Prabhupada is telling that our character, our day-to-day life should be like a tortoise. If you have an office, go talk as much as you want, do as much as you need, and just finish it off. Because if you go into that office politics, temple politics, field politics, or all those crap discussions, believe me, our devotion is gone. And we tend towards that because we feel that okay, we are chanting 16 rounds, right? That is fine. We can get rid of everything. Prabhupada has told, chant 16 rounds, follow 4 regulative principles, don't eat onion garlic, and we'll have a place in Bhagavad-gītā. We will with Krishna, enjoying forever in life. If things would have been so easy, then why so many acharyas did so many things? What was the necessity of them having so strict life? Right? That's why, as Goswamiji says, Ati Prachanda Raghupati Kai Maya. Maya will come in such a form, in such a way, with such a velocity that we will not be able to adhere to it. So that is why here Srila Prabhupada gives a very beautiful example of a tortoise, saying that when and with tortoise we get another beautiful example that in our on the path of devotion we should act like a tortoise. That what is that? That we should never stop. You will see a tortoise never stops. It keeps its motion is very slow, but it keeps on moving. It keeps on moving. That's why in our life, our devotion should also be planned. Every Ekadashi, we have to plan our Ekadashi before Ekadashi comes. Every year when Kartik is coming, we should plan our Kartik way ahead. That okay, this Kartik month I have to do this, and we have to ensure that what are the constraints, what are the obstacles that can come in the way of everything, office, this, that, household activities. So try to postpone all the things, whatever we can. Few things we cannot, that's obvious, but at least few things we can. So likewise, until and unless we plan our devotion and we think that we have to climb up slowly and steadily, why do we get stuck always when we complete our chanting at 16? That's why Maharaj says that actual chanting starts after 16 round is completed. But our 16 rounds, our chanting stops after 16 rounds. So that means actual chanting doesn't happen anytime in life. So that is why we have to be very focused with what are we doing. Even at the age of 50, we have the tendency to wear so many clothes, so many earrings, so many, perfumes and deos that we use. Every 2 months, we want a new set of dress. Why do we want? Every 1 month or one after 2 months, we want a new pair of shoes, new pair of sandals. That also, matching. Earrings should be matching with necklace. Necklace should match with dress. Dress should match with sandals. Sandals should match with bracelets. Why are we doing so many things? Because still we have failed to achieve Krishna in our hearts. We are still on camera. That what people would tell by seeing me. This body, we are bothered about this body which is full of stool and urine. Whether whatever hole you refer to, just crap comes out of it, nothing else. But we are bothered about this body, that what people would talk about, what people would think about. We want to belong to everybody. That's why we want to become somebody, that by becoming somebody, we will be with everybody. But the day you want to be nobody, then only that Krishna will accept you, because now you don't want anyone in your life except Krishna. So, but that situation is far. That's why I given a very good example, that we wanted to become a doctor and we wanted to qualify as an MBBS doctor and go ahead. But now we are just happy by bringing 99 marks out of 100 in our +2 exam. We are happy by just chanting 16 rounds, by reading 1-2 shlokas every day. Okay, we are chanting, we are hearing, we are doing this, what we are doing, we also don't know. We are happy with that. But the levels are so high that once we sit quietly and understand that what are we doing and what we are supposed to do, then we will realize what is our actual situation. Because we just give an excuse that, oh, no, our level standard is not so much. Why your standard is not so much? While eating gulab jamun, you have the standard of eating 2 gulab jamuns. While eating a gulab jamun, you have the tendency to see other plate, to see that gulab jamun which is sitting on some other plate. You have that level. But while austerity, when time comes of devotion, our level is not there. Prabhuji, Mataji, gone. So these are all lame excuses. And believe me, that's why Srila Prabhupada said, beautiful quote. I love this quote of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada said that, remember one thing, that you cannot cheat Krishna. Remember one thing. And then do whatever you want to do. You can cheat the entire universe, but Krishna is beyond this universe. And he's beyond you. You cannot reach him. Your senses cannot reach him. And you cannot cheat Krishna at the end of the day. So with this intention, with this goal, we have to understand what are we doing. And as Srila Prabhupada says, like a tortoise, expose yourself when is required, and crub your limbs when it's not required. When things are not favorable, sit idle, sit lonely, sit quietly, and let the time pass. With time, everything changes. And that is what we have to understand with this verse. And you will see there are many other verses where Prabhupada has given this formula as well, that until and unless you engage your senses in a higher level, as Amrish Maharaj did, Savai Manah Krishna Padar Vindayo, until and unless you engage your senses with whatever you do. If you want to eat prasad. If you want to see, go to visit and some pilgrimages. If you want to go to some temples. If you want to wear also, with a Vaishnava etiquette dresses, and everything will sort out with due course of time. But I don't know nowadays. Maybe Rupa Goswami has written somewhere that put a lot of tattoos on your body and do whatever you want. Start cheating people, start telling lies, start telling one thing to one person, other thing to other person. There are so many things going on. So we have to understand, let it go. If we can control, well and good. If we cannot control, just close your eyes, keep yourself in a dark room, and just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Because this is the ultimate taste of this age, and this is the only formula which can lead us to Krishna. There's no other formula whatsoever. How wealthy you are, how healthy you are, or how wise you are, doesn't matter at all. So this formula we have to carry in our life till the last breath of life. Okay, so with this I conclude. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Mataji's. I think we can sing the Damodar Ashtakam now. Anyone who wants to. Another Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you.
Please
Thank
tell.
you very much.
Hare
So-
Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Prabhu.
We'll move to Damodar Ashtakam. Who will be singing today? I'll just share the slide.
Spotlight Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, may I sing the Damodar Ashtakam?
Yes,
So,
Mother.
Prabhu,
Yes.
will you kindly share the Damodar Ashtakam on the screen, Prabhuji?
Yeah, I'm sharing.
Yes, Prabhu.
Mother, is it visible?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, it is.
Thank you. Yeah, Mataji, can we continue? And devotees who
Yes,
want to show the altar, it will be nice if you can show your altars.
May I go ahead, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Because I thought somebody will be showing the lamp. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Namami, yes, Prabhuji. Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Bhrajamanam Yashodabhiyoladhavamanam Paramdhyam Prachodritya Gopya Rudantam Muhurnetrayugmam Vrajantam Karambojayukmena Satankanetram Muhushvasakam Patrirekagakantha Sthitagraivam Damodaram Bhaktivedanta. Please scroll up. Iti Draksvalilabhiranandakunde Swaghosam nimajjantam akhyapayantam Tadiyeshitagneshu bhaktirjitatvam Puna prematastam shatavritti vande Varam deva moksham na mokshavadhim va Na chanyam vrineham vareshadapiha Idam te vapurnatha gopala balam Sada me manasya vitam Krishna yonai Idam te mukhambojam atyanta nilai Vritam kuntalai snigdha raktaischa gopyam Muhushchumbitam bimbaraktaadharam me Manasya virastamalam lakshalabhai Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukha Jalabhimagnam Kripa Drishti Vrishyati Dinam Batanu Grihane Shamamagya Medhyakshi Drishya Kuveratmajau Baddha Murtyaiva Yatvat Tvaya mochitau bhakti bhajau kritau cha Tatha prema bhaktim swakame prayacha Namokshe graho mesti damodareha Namaste studhamne spuradipti dhamne Tvadiyodarayatha vishwasya dhamne Namo Radhikaye Tvadiyapriyaye Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Mataji, for the aarti.
Hare
for the
Krishna.
deep-
Thank you, Nirmala Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you. Very nice. Thank you, Madhumalati Mataji. Thank you for showing your altar.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna, Prabhuji.
devotees. Thank you. Don't forget to show lamp to Damodar today. And we'll meet tomorrow again. Please do join. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
Dandavat
Thank
Pranam.
you,
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna to all the devotees assembled here.
Thank you all devotees. Dandavat
Thank you,
Pranam.
Krishna
Pranam.
to all the devotees
Pranam. Thank you
assembled.
very much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.